that's where Jack was talking to Tokyo, and she kept on saying this over and over again in their last phone call. And remember, she was saying, remember when I told you a long time ago that they needed to leave me the fuck alone because if something happened, all she was going to get was a 72-hour hold. And she kept on saying, all I need is a 72 hours, a script, a doctor, a judge, and I'm out of here, whatever. But she was steady saying this after the fact that she's already been in there more than 72 hours. But I want you all to hear the subliminal message and wisecrack / slick shots that her supposed friend Tokyo said on this call that completely went over Jaguar's head. I feel like she heard it, but at the same time, she's going to end up saying, I ain't even trying to do all that. Almost like she understood, because Tokyo going to say something making it seem like, girl, well, the next time, because, Jag is speaking on the fact that she was supposed to be going to court yesterday. And she doing what she's supposed to do. She's taking her medicine and this, that, and the other, whatever. As you're going to hear her explain. And she was like, she kept on saying the thing about 72 hours, a script and a judge and all this other kind of stuff. And she was hoping to go home on yesterday. Well, everyone know at this point that did not happen. Okay. So you're going to hear what Tokyo says, because Tokyo, and this is what fake friends do around you when they're ops, when they're agents, whether they've been paid or not or whatever, that knows what's going on and knows that you're a targeted individual. So you got a bunch of people around you that's gaslighting you is what's happening, okay? But they're also in the know of other shit, okay? Because Tokyo gonna say, no, because next time it ain't gonna be no 72 hours, no. What's 72 plus 72? Well, 72 and 72 is 144, okay? So you can look at that one or two ways, okay? If you're talking about a person that's been on a 72-hour hold, well, that's 3 days, okay? And so either she said a 72 plus 72, which means she was going to be in there another 3 days, but with her saying the 144, putting the 72 and 72 together, she's going to say that's 144 days. I mean hours, okay? So 144 days would technically be about 4.5 months, okay? Because like most months got 30 days in it, okay? 90 days is 3 months, okay? 120 days? Yeah, it would be 4 months, okay? So 144 days would be like 4.5 months, okay? So either Tokyo is subliminally trying to tell her, no, they're going to keep you either for another 3 days, another 72 hours, okay? Or she's subliminally telling her that she's going to be stuck in there for 4.5 months. Listen.
Pretty much. Because I got real issues. Right. And the thing is everybody sitting there running around talking about what they done see.
And you see, there's things that Jaguar says true that she don't understand she's being triggered to say, okay? I'm gonna tell you another thing. All these calls that she had with Tokyo, it was specifically set up for her to have these calls with Tokyo. Those calls were being recorded, okay? There was a lot of controversy as well that went back and forth with, like, they tried to pop back and be like, oh, it wasn't no nurse. When the first call that Jaguar had with Tokyo, okay, this nurse, who supposedly name is Tony as well, was acting like a straight up groupie. They did out their mouth, in fact, say that it was a nurse, because she said the nurse had to sneak her phone to let her use her phone. They specifically said it was a nurse, and they tried to flip it and be like, no, it wasn't no nurse, it was another patient. Well, that's a fucking lie. How you know that's a lie? Because if patients could have their phone, then technically that would mean that Jaguar has her own phone, okay? There's no favoritism in a mental institution or mental facility or a hospital, okay? If you can't have your phones, no other patient there has their phones. You understand what I'm saying? So they tried to flip it and be like, no, she used another patient's phone or whatever. That's a lie. Because if Jaguar don't have her phone, then another patient don't have their phone. So she was in fact using one or two things. She was either in fact using that nurse's phone, okay? Because a lot of people start saying this nurse is going to get fired for doing this, like this is going against all type of rules, regulations, and bylaws, okay? But y'all need to understand something also. They have house phones there at the facilities. Okay, so being in a mental institution, even though you're on lockdown or whatever, you can't just like leave the place or whatever. It's not like prison. Like even in jail, in prison, there's phone call time. You can make phone calls and different things like that. Okay, they have house phones there where you can make a phone call. And call whomever. Now, considering the fact that people that Jaguar is talking to live outside of the state that they're currently in, which is Texas right now, okay, whether or not you can make long distance calls on those phones, I'm not really sure of, but I do know that they have house phones where residents can make phone calls, okay. But it was specifically said in that first video that the phone that she was using was a nurse phone that goes by the name of Nurse Tony. This person had even came by at one point in time, was saying they needed their phone back, and she was talking to the person. This is when she broke off and told Tokyo that the nurse that was letting her use her phone was named Tony too, okay. And this chick sitting up acting like a groupie and all this other kind of stuff, and at some point in time the chick even got on the phone with Tokyo and talking to her, okay. So just to clear that was in the first call. But if y'all go to Tokyo Tony's page, since all of that has happened, she has either made those videos private or she has deleted them off her account, okay. Because I feel like those videos, Jaguar even in that facility is being set the fuck up, okay. They was listening to all of that. I guarantee you that they have been making reports of everything that Jaguar has been seeing. She's been seeing a lot of careless, reckless stuff on those during calls and the different things that she was saying, okay. And Tokyo Tony has literally just been like co-signing and edging it on and all this fake life. And even in this video, if you listen very closely, she is playing that song, Tell You How, another sign and subliminal that people do, okay. It's in everything, okay. It could be in a person's facial expressions, eyes, hands, body movement, body language, sounds, noises, music, whatever is going on around you. She's playing this song, the song Who Run It? They say Who Run It? And in between that, the chorus is these bitches ain't running shit but they mouth, but the first bitch get knocked out. That's a subliminal message. That's a subliminal slick shot at Jaguar, where she's talking to people that she's thinking is her friend that is not, okay. What else pissed me off about this last phone call, because Tokyo be like, oh, y'all bloggers need to stop using her name, stop trying to get clout off her name. And it's really stupid because people are speaking on the matter because it was something that was public, something that was made public. They are the ones who purposely recorded it and put it online for people to see and set up the whole situation, okay. So people are talking about it, which is why people are talking about it. But this trips me out coming from someone who is using this person's name. Every one of their videos that they have put up talking about this person, they are using Jaguar Wright's name while telling other bloggers, other people, stop using her name. You're trying to using her for clout, trying to make money off of her. And there very well could be other people who is doing so for likes and shares and views and subscribes and to make money and different things like that or whatever. But there's a lot of things that's going on, because the one thing that I don't like is from the very moment that this has gone down with Jaguar, immediately her supposed husband started doing all of these interviews with people and he hasn't put her Cash app up not one time. He has specifically been asking people to send money to him. And that's literally how he said it. Why are you sending money to him? He can't bail out Jaguar. You can't be bailed out. She's not in jail. She's at a hospital. She's at a facility, whatever the fuck it is or whatever. So why do you need people? Why are you hustling people out of money? While you play pretend like you've done nothing wrong, like you do know they're wrong in a situation or whatever, playing all Mr. Innocent while hustling money out of people. Y'all got to see what the hell is going on. And the people who is like donating money to this person, like you donate money to somebody, I ain't no hater at all, but you got to see shit that is going on. You donate money to somebody, then you doing so out the goodness of your heart, but you ain't never seen this person do this before. You ain't never seen this person be this vocal before. You ain't never hardly seen this person. before. And usually anytime Jaguar is doing any type of business or they got any type of thing going on, her Cash App is going up. Now all of a sudden this person Cash App, from the moment, the same day that this person went into the hospital, this person, you want to send any money to help my wife, in the guise of helping his wife out when nobody can, with her in that situation. Why are you sending them money, and why are you doing so under the pretenses that it's for her? Bullshit. If that was the case, then you would be putting your wife's Cash App up, not your own. Meanwhile, while people are sending you this money, you're sitting up in Jaguar's car with people that you normally ain't sitting up and riding around with, and in the vehicle with, smoking blunts and all this other kind of shit, which means that this money that's being donated to you, you're buying weed with, or alcohol with, or whatever else that you do with. Y'all have to see what the hell is going on, okay? But nonetheless, I said I wasn't even going to speak about this crap anymore. There's a whole lot of ops. Like, Jaguar got her own faults and shit, like, true enough, okay? But I feel like everybody involved should have went to the facility, should have went to the hospital, if you ask me. Everybody involved, okay? If that was the case, if you was going to take one, take them all, okay? Because people can try to pretend and make it seem like that while Gerald is sitting up and, oh, I have never put my hands on my wife. You clearly see this man run up on her and is throwing punches at her, which is the only reason why Solar dropped that during phone. It was like, hold up, which is how they ended up, is how Solar ended up in a tussle with Gerald in the first damn place. He was the aggressor. And when he got up off of Solar, he turned around again and then threw a punch at Jaguar. He either hit her, he knocked that phone out her damn hand, and different shit like that or whatever. So people can pretend like he is not at fault if he wants. He's got mental illness just like Jaguar is dealing with mental illness. He takes medication just like Jaguar is on some type of medication or whatever. And these are per her words, okay? Everything I'm saying is repeated verbatim from what they have said. So I don't have anything against these people. I don't know these people from Adam. I have absolutely no reason to make anything up. I'm just specifically pointing things out to you all that people seem to look over. I think a lot of things was done and that was just completely done, because also you're going to hear on this call as well. I don't know if it was this one or the one before, the call that they had before, where she explains as to why she rubbed the ashes on herself, Solar, and threw the ashes on other people. Now, this was interesting because Jaguar's excuse for doing this was the only way. And then you got Tokyo co-signing as was like, oh, I'm seeing it like G.I. Jane. First of all, you didn't even see G.I. Jane in the damn movie do no shit like that, okay? But Jaguar's excuse to doing this, that was the only way that I can get them niggas to get up off of my nephew. Now, if you think about it, go back to the clip. If you think about it, nobody was fighting anymore. There was no fighting going on anymore when that happened. You understand? So that's a lie. When Jack went to her vehicle, she sat in that vehicle for about 5 to 6 or 7 minutes. She calls out Solar's name 4 times. He wasn't nowhere to be found. She called out Solar's name 4 times. And she yelled out, come, twice, waiting for him to come to the car. She took those ashes. When he finally came to the car, he's trying to calm her the fuck down. She took those ashes out. She rubbed them on herself. She rubbed them on him. He said his little mantra, whatever, to her. Okay, she asked him if he had his phone, told him to go get his phone. Why he didn't have his phone on him all of a sudden no more, but he seemingly disappears, okay, because he's in on the setup as well. He was stalling, okay? All of this is staged. All of this is set up, okay? That's when she then gets out of the car and goes to throw the ashes. When she threw the ashes on the people, these was random customers that was sitting outside of the barbershop, just sitting calmly on the bench. No fighting was going on. You heard no argument, no nothing, no nothing. She specifically looked right in the camera. She had the mind to turn her phone around the other way so you could see what was going on outside of there. She went up there. She threw the ashes. There was no fighting going on. Her excuse for doing so was that she threw the ashes on them to get them to stop fighting her nephew. Nobody was fighting him anymore. Nobody was fighting anymore. So, but nevertheless, I just wanted to go to that real quick, okay? Because this is also what she said verbatim on the last call, this call that she was on with Tokyo. This was her excuse as to why she threw the ashes of her deceased son, okay? Which absolutely made no sense. You don't throw ashes on someone just because somebody's fighting. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I want y'all to listen to the rest of this, because Jaguar is talking about all she need is 72 hours and a script from the doctor and a judge, and she'd be out of there and she'd be home and shit. I'm telling you, she was being set up even at that thing. They was listening to everyone. And I said last night when I was listening to this shit, I said, man, I said, she's talking all this shit, because she even said on that call, she was like, y'all fucking with a real motherfucker. And I remember saying to myself, I guarantee she won't go to the court and tell the judge they need to stop fucking playing, because they fucking with a real motherfucker. Because like, this is like literally what was said on this call. Verbatim, I'm repeating to you, for I'm not adding nothing. I'm not living. I ain't got no reason to lie, no nothing. This was what's said on this call, y'all. I'm not lying. And it was crazy. And I'm like, why is she speaking like this? But she was being triggered to speak like this. She's been triggered to speak like this. She's being led on, you know what I'm saying, by supposed friends, okay, to have conversation like this, okay? And this is probably the reason why she wasn't able to come home, because I guarantee you, them people, they allowed her to have them calls, and they didn't sit up there and listen to everything that she done said, okay, about stuff. And probably relayed this shit to the judge or whatever, and kept her stuck there. But what I specifically want to show you is the subliminal messages, how these fake friends could be around you and persons not know, and they're subliminally speaking to you, and their signs and symbolisms and their codes that mean something. And a lot of time, for a person who's not awake and who's not aware, this is happening around them all the time, and they have no clue as to what's going on. So listen to this. So she's saying that, like I just explained to you all, the only way that she can get them off of her nephew was to go throw them ashes on them. But there was no, if you go back to the video of the day when this happened, there was nobody fighting anymore. How you know there wasn't any fighting going on? Solar walked to the car, remember? She sprayed ashes on herself and him. If he was standing right there with you, they were no longer fighting. She got out and threw the ashes on other damn people after the fact, right? After the fact. The fact of the matter is when she went and threw those ashes on those people, nobody was fighting anymore. The customers was casually sitting on the little bench right outside of the barbershop. Okay? But this is what she just said. Okay?
You gotta go back to the videos, girl. I told them you was genius and you G.I. Jane. They better know.
And look, I had to do what I had to do to get the niggas up off me.
I told them that.
When I started spreading ashes around, the niggas ran from they scattered like roaches from the light.
When she started spraying those ashes around, they scattered like roaches from the light. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay? And these things that she was said and she's being triggered to say is why the hell she's still there for people who wants to know. Okay? Because I guarantee you, they was recording all of this, listening to all of this. That's why they let her make them phone calls and talk like that and speak like that. Let her think she's running things and all this other kind of stuff. And they took that shit to the judge, and the judge like, Okay? But I'm going to tell y'all something else. I know Jaguar Wright is a targeted individual. That the situation that happened that day, the reason why it was staged is because it was set up, okay? But what y'all don't realize is the fact that everybody is around Jaguar is in on the setup, okay? The way Jaguar acted, she was triggered to act that way, which is y'all don't understand, okay? And for y'all to understand the type of technology that's being used, witchcraft and sorcery and shit that's being used, with a combination of all those things being aimed at someone who's already a targeted individual, okay? It's why this person is acting like this. But that whole thing was set up. Everybody is in on it. Everybody is in on it. And know that it was set up and playing their damn role. Okay? But listen.
You a possessed motherfucker.
You hear her throw the slick shot at her? And Slick called her a possessed motherfucker? And for the people who is asking, why in the hell would she be riding around with her dead son's ashes in the car anyway? All of their stuff is in the car because they are homeless. They bounce from one place to the next. Of course, all the things are going to be in the car. But it wasn't, and also she said in another one of the readings, I mean, I do readings all the time, y'all. So sometimes I say readings. The other video that she did with Tokyo, those were not all of her son's ashes. There's another urn that she has that is full of his ashes, and that urn is full. And so the remainder of his ashes is in that little container that she had that had his ashes in it. So there was a remainder of the ashes that couldn't fit in the original urn that she has, that she's talking about right now, that was in the trunk. Okay, but the little thing that they keep in the little console cup holder thing part that they have in the car, all of their stuff is in the car. Okay, they don't have homes of their own, okay? And which is the reason why you see them traveling around all the time, staying in hotels, or when they can get a hotel, or in their vehicles and different things like that. They have connections with people, or associates or friends with people, and they stay. And every once in a while, when they are at the house, they're at the mother's house. That is her mother's house. So when she says she's with her son or around her son, that's at the mother's house, okay? Girl doesn't have a house. Jaguar doesn't have a house, okay? When they happen to go by the mother house and stay there sometime, that's at her mother's house, okay? But that's the reason why all of their things is in the vehicle, and they travel all the time the way they do, okay? And bounce from one place to the next is because they really don't have a stable place to stay. So a lot of people were saying, why would she be driving around with that stuff in her car anyway? All of their stuff is in the car. They travel around with all of their stuff like that, okay?
Right, gotcha. All right, babe. Yeah.
But I told these niggas 2 years ago, 72 hours. 72 hours of doctor and judge, and that's just gonna be the end of it. Do you really want to fuck with me? So, and now they send the death threats again.
And this right here is crazy. She's like 72. She kept on saying that 72 hours, a judge, a doctor, a script, and a judge is all I need, and I'm being back at home or whatever. And so they didn't heard her saying that too. It's what I'm telling you. All of this shit has been relayed back to the judge. Okay, y'all need to understand, with her being a targeted individual and people not liking her, that she speaks out against and everything like that. Look, like this situation was set up on purpose. Now she's like putty in the hands of the powers that be. They literally can do anything to her right now. For those of you who do not know, there was a law that was passed. I believe it was passed. I forget what HR, whatever, the numbers is for the actual law. You can be held once these people, you are in the custody of these people, okay, for a particular reason, you can be held without being charged with a crime for any disclosed amount of fucking time. You understand what I'm saying? Without being charged with a crime, without seeing a judge, a jury, being sentenced, or anything like that, once they have probable cause. So that situation, the initial situation that happened, was staged and set up on purpose. It was actually supposed to go another way, okay? Which was supposed to, it was from Jaguar's understanding, it was supposed to go another way, to flip on Gerald, because he was the initial aggressor with the gun and all that other shit. But what Jaguar is not understanding is everybody is in on a setup against her. So it was flipped on her. She was triggered to act the way she did. Okay? And in Jaguar's mind, this was going to fall back on the husband. Okay? But they all are in on it. It flipped on her. This shit is being set up. This was to get her in a specific position that she's in right now. They set her up to shut her up. And this does not mean that she doesn't have fault in her erratic behavior and different things that went on. And this is the reason why I made the statement. If one person was going to go, everybody should have went. Okay? Everybody should have went. Okay? And a lot of people saying this, that, and the other about Solar and shit like that. I do specifically know that he's in on the setup because I've seen many signs and symbolisms with him. Okay, as well as other people that Jaguar has been around, like the Shaka dude and all this other kind of stuff. Okay, but if you look at the situation in its entirety on that day, he was not the aggressor. Nobody can say that boy started that fight. Now you might dislike him because he was a part of a cult, because they do satanic stuff. That's something else entirely. There's something else entirely. Okay, he is on the setup. He do partially have responsibility and different things, but it's other people too that y'all are not seeing. Y'all only seeing him there and seeing her or whatever. And it seems to amaze me another thing too. A lot of people are tripping on the fact that she calls this boy her nephew, okay? But nobody trips on the fact that she calls Tokyo sis or sister, okay? Even Gerald himself, when talking to some of these other channels that he did interviews on, he called them family. But he's been the main one going against the fact that she calls Solar nephew. Okay? A lot of people do this. Some of you all do this. People who are not your real flesh and blood that you cool with, you even end up calling auntie, granny, grandma, or uncle, sis, bro. People do it all the fucking time. So why people are making a big deal out of the fact that she calls dude nephew is stupid. She's gonna call him nephew. First of all, he's half her age. Okay? Because he's like 27 years old. Jaguar's like 44, 45 years old. Okay? Even her husband is younger than her. Okay? But people trip me out because Gerald do the same exact thing and nobody says shit about it. Complete strangers that he don't know from fucking Adam, he calls family. But you want to speak, you will flip it and be like, oh, this ain't your nephew. You've only known him for X, Y, and Z amount of damn time. A lot of people around the world do this shit, especially people of color. Oh, what's up, bruh? Hey, sis. What's up, Unc? You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to elders. What's up, Unc? Auntie. You know, real, older elders. Hey, granny, you got grandmas of neighborhoods. Hey, granny, hey, grandma, hey, Gigi. Me, whatever they go by. Me, mom, Medea. Everybody calls this person by this. People do this all the fucking time. So why people's making a big deal out of that, it's like literally something for people to grasp on and run with it when they know this is something that goes on all the damn time. And it's stupid. And your vision, your eyesight, and your sensibilities is being blocked by bullshit that don't even matter, but you're overlooking all the signs and symbolisms that show all the damn people that's around this woman who is in on the setup. And that's another thing that I speak about in my other reading. Jaguar, what pisses me off is Jaguar don't understand. She's looking outwards like, oh, they coming for me. They working against me because I speak out, because I speak truth and that about that. But she don't even already know. The hitters is already by her. They already around her. They're already there. And they all know the script. That one interview that Gerald did, he kept on saying, oh, we already know the end of the story. We already know the end of the script. He kept saying shit like that, like they already know how this shit is going to end. Not even totally with this situation with her having to go to the hospital, mental institution, facility, or whatever, but the end. When a motherfucker actually die and be taken out. Y'all got to look at all the signs and the symbolisms around it. I don't know these people from Adam. I ain't got no reason to lie on them. I ain't got no reason to lie to them. I ain't got no reason to tell no story on these people. I don't have no reason to particularly dislike these people. These people ain't in my life. I'm just telling y'all what I see and know as a matter of fact. And there's a lot of fault and there's a lot of wrong in a lot of people around situations, including Jaguar, with some of the things she said and some of the ways that she decided to act in different things. So that's understood. But I'm telling you, she's a targeted individual, and everybody around her is in on the setup. Everybody has got an understanding to that. Some people are even being paid to go along, play their role, to set her up until they decide to sacrifice her, bruh. And everybody is just playing their damn role, buying out their damn time, and just going along to get along with the whole damn setup of it all. And people are being bamboozled, okay? This is being used as distractions as well as entertainment. And at the end of this shit, something very, very tragic is going to happen, and somebody's going to end up losing their life. And y'all not seeing the signs and the symbolisms all around this shit leading up to. A lot of this shit I can disclose to you all, not only because I'm awakened, not only because my third eye is open, not only because I'm highly intuitive, I'm naturally empathic, I'm naturally psychic, I'm a Pisces. Pisces are naturally psychic. Look it up. That's those of us who are spiritual, okay? But in every sign, you got people who high vibrational, you got people who low vibrational, okay? Those of them who are low vibrational, they're prone to addictions and all other kinds of things. Very toxic behaviors and different things like that or whatever, okay? I'm telling you what I know, on top of the fact that I am a targeted individual as well. But see, I'm not going to allow these coward bastards to make me they patsy, to make me they puppets. I'm not in a motherfucking thing. I don't go around talking about, oh, I'm in. I ain't sold out to nothing. I ain't took no oaths. I ain't sold my soul or my ass, no none of this shit. They can't play me the way they play everybody else, but I see this shit clearly. This is how I be able to tell y'all this, okay? Smack dead in the middle of awakening. I started my awakening when I was 30. By the time I was 33, all hell broke loose. You know how they love their signs and their symbols. I was born on 3-6, baby. I was born 3-6, okay? Powers that be number, okay? I knew for sure they was going to kill me at 33. I was ready, set, go at 36. I'm 38 right now, okay? I'm about to be 39. You know they'll flip that 9 and make it a 6, baby. I'm ready for anything to pop out. But I'm telling you, when I was 30, I went through an awakening. I started seeing a lot of things. By 33 is when I realized that everybody around me was Decepticons. My cutoff game is strong. I cut off everybody. Everybody. Because they all in on it. Fake, phony, fraudulent ass family that ain't even my family. Ex-lovers. Fake ass friends, associates, everything. I cut them all off. You understand me? And this is what you have to do. Especially when you are a targeted individual. Especially if you're outspoken or you're a truther or anything like that. I don't like titles, okay? So I ain't in no cliques and no groups and no, you can't title me any one goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I just speak the truth. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you what I know. And people are not paying attention. I got absolutely no reason to lie. Or be against any particular persons. But I'm going to tell you something else. I would not trust nobody or be particularly friends with nobody that calls their own daughters bitches and hoes. I would not trust nobody and be particularly friends with nobody and taking no relationship or marital advice from nobody that calls their own man faggots. And just because you've been with them this damn time and whatever freaky shit that they with, y'all been with together behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But when you get mad, I'm saying I don't like shit like that. You understand me? I might not be with my exes right now, but I ain't never set up with nobody ever in life and talked about my exes like a dog. I feel like that's the lowest shit ever. And that's what people tend to do. That's what ignorant people tend to do when they get mad at people. You want to talk about people's childhood. You want to call them ugly and dumb and stupid and call them out for being gay or call them out for whatever sexual things that they like or they into and just stupid shit, ignorant shit that ain't got shit to do with why y'all fell out or into it in the first place. This is what people do. Okay? When this, as a matter of fact, when this situation first happened with Jaguar, I looked at this shit and I said, I know she is not trying to upstage. They done set this up for her to upstage Tokyo. Because everybody know that Tokyo had a big knockout drag out fight with her old man online. Like days prior to this shit happening. Or the week before to this shit happening with Jaguar. She was cussing this man out. She said she was going to beat his ass. She called him faggot. She called him punk. She called him sissy. She called, all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. And this man steady walking away. He talking shit back to her. You know what I'm saying? But he steady walking away. She steady running up on him. And she camera all in his face and said, why you talk about this man? Grown ass man. Ain't no grown ass man that allow you to talk to that. A lot of women talk about they want a real man, but you sit up and belittle them and talk to them like that. And then they be surprised when a man happen to go upside their damn head in some type of way. Now, they don't mean you have to sit around and let nobody punk you and abuse you or no shit like that, okay? Because I ain't no easy win neither. I'm not going to sit back and bite my tongue. There's a fine line between somebody abusing you for no damn reason at all. Just for you speaking. But if you're not saying anything particular, you're just speaking up for yourself. But we're talking about particular fighting words, abusive ass thing. Okay? I would never sit up with no damn body. I wouldn't give a damn if my daughter was doing things she ain't had no business doing or that I didn't particularly like. I would never sit up with the public and call my child bitches and hoes and sluts and stupid and all this other kind of shit. Do you understand? But this Jaguar friend, that's what it said. That's what it say. I say bullshit. I call bullshit bullshit. When I've literally sat back and seen this woman offer you to work with it. Come on and work with me. You gonna come down here when you come down and then you smacking your lips and rolling your eyes like, yeah, right, I'm not coming down there. Ain't your friend. Telling this person to do this and to do that in this relationship, but this person do that. And that person ain't got no place to stay. I guarantee you call this person up and ask them, can they stay with you for a while? I bet you wouldn't let them. I bet you wouldn't let them. That ain't your friend. This is real shit, people, that people are overlooking. People around you. People throw up love all the time, friend all the time. That's fake shit. Because somebody's truly your friend that truly loves you, they show it. And it's not just they run the mouth talk. You understand? Somebody really got your back and really your friend. They really down for you like that. Their action is going to prove it. Their actions is going to show it. But this person said they steady got slick shots and wisecracks and all this shit. These people don't love you. These people ain't your friend. And I've literally seen this all around this person. And it doesn't mean that this particular Jaguar don't particularly have things that they need to work on and this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that at all. Okay? Because everybody could work a little better to strive to be the greatest version of themselves. Everybody. On various different levels in the world. Okay? Everybody go through sometimes. A lot of people fall down. They have to dust themselves, put the pieces back together, get back up again, try again, try to be a better person. Okay? A lot of people go through things. A lot of people deal with addictions. A lot of people deal with bad habits. A lot of people deal with toxicity. A lot of people deal with bad relationships. So, it's not about putting nobody down, about different shit that goes on in their lives. Because I've been through shit myself. You understand? But I feel like it's the right way and it's the wrong way to do any damn thing. I wouldn't particularly act the way that these people are acting. You know what I'm saying? But I know bullshit when I see it. I know when people are in the company of fake motherfuckers. I've been there, I've seen that. I know that. And this is what I'm telling y'all. And this is what everybody is overlooking. Jaguar was set up to be, they set her up to shut her up. And they continue to trigger her even after she was put in that damn facility. And they've been listening, they've been sitting back listening, they've been sitting back watching. And I guarantee you, they've been reporting this shit, and they reported it all back to the judge. And that's the reason why she is still there. But I want y'all to listen to this. Finish listening to this. Oh yeah, and that's what else I was going to say. It be blatant lies. Don't you hate when people offer lies? Now she's getting ready to say that people have been making death threats. That somebody made a death threat to her son. Ain't nobody gonna attack that boy. Now he's a grown man. He's like 20 years old. But he has a disability. But it wouldn't matter if he had a disability or not. He's not harming anybody. He's not bothering anybody. Who the hell is sending him death threats? Why would anybody send him death threats? Not at least nobody in their right mind. If people's problem is with you, why in the hell would people threaten your son? But she getting ready to literally say, and these be the little lies that Jaguar offer that I be like, okay, on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I can clearly tell when somebody I read people very well. And I don't even have to be looking at you. Okay? Ain't nobody threatening that boy. Nobody's gonna harm him. He be the least of anybody that anybody harm. And the only way that would be possible is if the powers that be to try to hurt you would try to hurt him. But they're not gonna publicly threaten this person to let you know ahead of time. It would just happen. You understand what I'm saying? So to assume that some random everyday average Joe ass person out here has her son's phone number and has called her son or is online in some type of way threatening this young man, I think's not. Nobody's threatening him. She's getting ready to literally say that she made it seem like she talked to her son last night. Her son was just crying because he was getting death threats. Why would he be getting death threats? I don't know. See, that's why I said, when I heard her say that last night, she was like, y'all better stop fucking with a real one. I'm like, I know goddamn hell. I bet you don't go to court and tell the judge he better stop fucking with a real one. That shit like made me laugh last night. And I'm like, I wish you would just stop talking. Just stop talking. Even if that's what you're thinking, that's what you're feeling. Like, don't say this out loud. And every conversation she ended up having with Tokyo, she's recording this shit and she's putting it online, and this is going out, and you think this is going on across the world. Everybody is hearing this. You think this won't get back to the judge? What you mean? Especially when you got people who dislike you, who are working against you, okay? But the position that she's in right now, you're literally putty in the hands of the powers that be who got everybody in their pocket. They can call up nurses, they can call up doctors, they can call up hospitals, they can call up judges. And they can make any damn thing happen. And this is the position that she's in right now. So me personally, I wouldn't be in there saying a damn thing. I wouldn't be in there talking to nobody, frankly. Except for my child. I'd be calling my child. Mom, okay, I love you, baby. Be good, do the right thing. You know, whatever. Talk to my child, that's it. I wouldn't be talking to no fucking body. Because you ain't even got no friends for real. But this is what the hell's going on. And she steady saying all type of careless, reckless shit like this, which is a lot of what I have noticed, what goes on with Jaguar. Most of the people that she talked to, they might say a couple things. But if you notice, they'll say a couple things. And that's all Jaguar need is a cue. of somebody saying a couple things, and then she goes on and on and on, and she'll just pop off and spew off with whatever else, and another person, they might get a word or two in. But Jag is the type of person, she got to have the first, middle, and the last word. She gonna go on and on and on and on and on. And that's how I first noticed that the people around her weren't really for her. They was bringing her around on purpose just to hear her say all of these things and to get the views, okay? Which was going to bring in, to make their videos go viral and bring in a lot of money for them and all this other kind of stuff. This is how I first noticed that the people that she was interviewing with and talking with wasn't really for her. Okay? But Jaguar definitely have some underlying things that she need to work on, she's got going on, and different things like that. Y'all, I don't know if I'm going to show y'all on here. If y'all haven't went, those of you that have, if you got a smart TV, those of you who have Roku, okay? Go to Roku. And go where, or excuse me, not go to Roku. Go to, those of you who have a smart television, okay? When you go to your main screen where you can add different channels and different things on there, okay? Some of you who have Roku, you can do it through Roku, okay? But when I looked it up specifically through Roku, okay, it didn't come up. But if you go to your, like if you have a Roku TV or it's into your smart TV or whatever, go to the Roku TV section, okay? Or you can just go to your main screen section where you add the channels in, all the different channels that you want on there or whatever, and you look up the Philadelphia TV and the thing will come up and you can add that channel to your thing, okay? I watched this video last night, y'all, and this shit was so damn eerie. It was just crazy. And it was an interview with Jaguar, Shaka, and Solar. Y'all, it was more science and symbolisms and that shit. That video was so creepy and so telltale on a lot of damn different things. I don't know if I'm gonna show it to y'all here or on another video, because we already like 46 minutes and something in, and I just wanted to point something out to y'all in here with this sign, this subliminals that was coming from Tokyo, this last conversation that her and Jaguar had, because since Tokyo has taken all the videos of her private the conversations that she had with Jaguar off her page. She either made them private or she took them off of her her platform, where people can't listen to them on her platform anymore. But it's a lot of other people who like already recorded it or uploaded to their platform and different things, which I'm having to go to somebody else's platform to even find this, which was on the last call. This shit is crazy, y'all. Okay? So for those of you all have not gone to download, and she don't have much that's on there, but this is one of the within the last 2 videos I think that she did, this is one of them, okay? And it's a trip. I watched that mug last night, and y'all, it was telling in a lot of different ways, okay? And like the shit that they talked about, like, it is crazy. It is crazy, and I found it very disturbing. What was being said about kids, what was being said about young people, like y'all listen to that shit and y'all be like, like it was a trip, y'all, like seriously. But listen to this.
Got no reason to lie. Why you think these niggas want to kill me? Because I done told the truth. Y'all better stop fucking with a real one, because I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I don't lie at all. Got no reason to lie. Why you think these niggas want to kill me? Because I done told the truth. God willing, though, tomorrow I'll be calling you from my phone. Say that prayer. Pray that you see that number come up. That's
You already know.
and I'm gonna call you before court in the morning anyway, because I want you to play with me, so.
Girl, you better stop playing. You already know you better.
Just fake.
I need you to pray
For sure. You already know, baby.
Yeah, I got me this cat stick I try to put it on enough so it look like lip gloss. And then curling my hair with my rag.
Oh, you back in, huh? We back in, huh?
Yeah, listen to me, I'm in.
You hear her saying she in.
We wait, baby. Party time. Block party.
My doctor, listen to me. I'm listening to my doctor. I'm taking my medication. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And just because I'm taking medication, don't mean that I'm
That's right.
Everybody knows they pray for me because I'm going to stand before the judge tomorrow. I'm going to testify. We got all the evidence. My lawyer's on point. My doctor, and we good. They don't fuck with Jag because we're going to be 72 hours of adopting a judge and a script.
Next time it's going to be, no, it ain't going to be 72 hours. What's
Listen.
72 plus 7? No. What's 72 plus 72? 144, right? So listen, that means you gonna be.
You hear her say, what's 72 plus 72? Because at first she said next time, but then she changed it up. She said, no. What's 72 plus 72? And you're going to hear her say the 144. So she was either subliminally, in that moment, subliminally telling Jaguar, no, baby, you're not coming home. They're going to give you another 72 hours. Or with her saying the 144, she could be hinting at that they're going to keep her there. That's like 4.5 months. If it's 144 days. Okay, but she gonna flip it up and try to make it seem like, oh, she being a friend to Jaguar. Girl, next time you get in trouble, it's gonna be me and you. We both gonna get 72 hours. That's how she trying to make it seem, but she know good damn hell well she ain't about that life. She ain't doing that. She ain't rocking with Jag like that. She was subliminally telling her that they're gonna give her, because you hear Jaguar steady saying, all I need is 72 hours, a script, a doctor, and a judge, and I'm gonna be back at home, okay? And that's when Tokyo finally says, no, because next time, well, and then she said, she flipped it up, she's like, nah, what's 72 plus 72? 144. And then she say, right? Okay? She say, right? She was subliminally trying to tell Jaguar, you're going to be in there for 144 days, okay? Or either subliminally telling her, which is way I take it, because what was the point in saying 144? If she would have just said 72, okay? Which means you would have been in there for another 72 hours, which would have been another 3 days, okay? But with her saying that 144, Jag either going to be in there for another 3 days or for 4.5 months, okay? Because this is what Tokyo is subliminally telling her supposed friend, okay? That is in, okay? That in means that they're down. They're in. They down with the 6. They in with the satanic powers that be. Okay. But you be in, that means you knowing. You know secret knowledge, secret information, things that's hidden and shit. And only motherfuckers who is sellouts will have access to this information and knowing this. Okay. This is how they use these gang stalkers. This is how they use these ops around you. Listen. But Tokyo gonna try to flip it and make it seem, girl, it's gonna be me and you. That's not what she was saying. She was subliminally telling her. Listen, she said, what's 72 plus 72? 144, right? And then she said this.
And I'm gonna be in too, because I'm gonna be karate kicking a bitch in the head. So that'll be 144 days altogether, hours altogether.
You hear her say days? She said that'll be 144 days. Hours altogether. She's subliminally telling this girl, you ain't coming home. Because this conversation, this was the last conversation that they had on Thursday. And they was talking about the next day, which would have been yesterday, was Friday. That Jag was supposed to be going to court. And she thought she was going to get out and be able to come home. But as you notice, they didn't have no further calls between Tokyo and Jaguar yesterday. And everybody was speculating, what's going on? Where's she at? She ain't out yet? Whatever. This is what's going on. She didn't get out. And ain't nobody heard a thing from her. And they probably even restricted her from phone calls. Because I guarantee you, they went back, they've been recording everything. They triggered that girl to say all of that negative stuff, derogatory stuff, okay? Suspect stuff that made her look bad. Took that shit to the damn judge. And they holding her. Okay? But the satanic powers that be, they controlling everything. This is how they set up a targeted individual. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it in the flesh. You've seen it right before your eyes. Nobody can deny that this shit is actually goes on. Nobody. Everybody that is set up and play pretend like targeted individuals is something made up. Gang stalking is something made up. This shit goes on for real. A lot of people get set up just like this. Jaguar is a targeted individual, but she's also under heavy mind control. There's also heavy spell work that is being done on her. And for those of them who was questioning, like all the times when she'd have been like, oh, I done been up for 24 hours. I done been up for X, Y, and Z hours. Okay. That can be done to you from both you being targeted and both you. A lot of people assume that a person who stayed up for long periods of time got to be on drugs, which it has been speculated as well as said by Jaguar as well as other persons that she do drugs. But I am a targeted individual. And I swear for Lord, I can pass any type of drug screen right the hell now. I don't get drunk. I don't get high on nothing. I don't even smoke weed. I don't do no type of drugs at all. And I am deprived of sleep every day. Every single day. I don't even know what it's like to go to bed in the nighttime, like in the PM, when most people, doze off, fall asleep, go to sleep. I don't. If I do doze off, fall asleep, it be when people getting up to get their day started. I kid you not. Lately, I haven't been able to fall asleep till about 7 something in the morning. And I have to turn around and get right back up because my daughter had to have her medicine by 9, no later than 9. And during the week, during the school day, I have to get up because she got to do her school and stuff like that. So, and once I'm up, I'm up. And when you a target, they're doing all type of things to you. They'll deprive you of sleep. And then when you get to sleep, they do different things to manipulate your dream state, your mind, and all kinds of shit. They will make you. There has been times, guys, where I have taken like, you know how you can take like a sleep type of a sedative or something like that to help you go to sleep. I have taken those, and not even gotten drowsy. But there's also been days where I haven't taken anything at all and just been up and up and up. They do things to make you drowsy. All of a sudden out the blue as well, to make you feel extremely tired, to prevent you from doing anything as well too. Y'all be surprised this technology they got, y'all, and the shit that they can do to manipulate and y'all think this is technology like electronics and different things like this. They have technology out here to control the mind, to control the body, to control your limbs. I kid you not. And it's all patented. It can all be found. It has all been documented. I swear I have no reason to lie to you. I can pass anybody's drug screen right now. I can pass anybody's psychological evaluation right now to let you know I am fully in my right mind. I have no reason to lie. No reason to lie. They will set up situations as well. It's called street theater. And the people that you see around, they are crisis actors and they are gang stalkers. They are ops who are agents. And they are all in because they are all sellouts. They all know the plot, the plan, the scheme to set up targeted individuals. They will set up scenarios and situations on purpose, and then they will trigger the target to go off in some type of way. And it's more explosive if that person already has mental illness. A person who already is struggling with mental illness and they're not taking medications, or even if they are taking medications, okay? Because y'all don't even understand these medications, these psychotropic as drugs and depressants and all this other kind of stuff, antidepressants, all this other kind of stuff, that shit will create mental illness in a person. So even if a person is on medications, have mental illness, that combined with them being targeted, illegally invaded and violated, with them being targeted, dealing with mental illness and dealing with being attacked with witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo type of practice, this can be explosive, y'all. And they can trigger this person to be irrational in some type of way. They can trigger this person to go on a rampage, to kill other people in some type. They can set it up to look in this psychological operation that they have. It is set up to look like mental illness. Because for the people who are not in the know and they're on the outside looking in, you're going to look at a person and you're going to look at a situation. You're going to say, that person is crazy. That person done lost their mind. And when this person gets to speaking, and it's telling you this, that, and the other is going on, you're inclined not to believe them. Why? Because they have the powers that be has already set it up to make it look like this person is crazy and out of their mind. Y'all, this is funded by the government's black budget. This is top secret and classified information that I'm telling you. I know this for a fact. I have absolutely no reason to lie. I swear for Lord on my life. You ain't got to like me. You don't have to believe me. You don't even have to speak to me. But what I'm telling you, it can easily be done to you, your children, your loved ones, the people that you do care about. And hearing this might help save you or somebody else close to you that you know. It's the reason why I'm telling y'all this. It's the reason why I'm pointing out certain signs and symbols. This is what this means. This is how you know that this person is working against her. It's not even really, they're not working, they're not for this person. They don't really care about this person, love this person. I'm telling you, y'all. Listen.
I ain't even trying to do that. I just want people to back the fuck up.
You hear how she said? You hear how after Tokyo said, what's 72 plus 72? Oh, that's 144. So, and then she go into her little spiel where she trying to play pretend like, oh, it's going to be her. It's going to be her and Jaguar next time because she going to ride or die with her. She lying. No, she not. No, she not. Okay? And then that's when Tokyo say, that's 144 days and all. I mean, hours. And you hear Jaguar. I ain't even trying to do that. I just want people to back off. So Jaguar be semi-knowing. She be semi-catching some shit that people be saying and be doing or whatever. But she's still under mind control and she's still a target. Okay? And it's certain things that she either can't stop or can't do anything about and just have to go through the motions with. But she's still surrounded by people that is not for her. And you ain't telling me every one of these people that she's in communication and connection with or whatever, that they don't know. When you are a targeted individual, everybody that you come into contact with know that you are a target and playing their role. They're gaslighting you. That's what's going on, y'all.
Just back the fuck up and know that
This Jag is so
don't play with everyone. Like I'm calling y'all from a hospital. I ain't calling y'all from jail. I'm calling y'all from a hospital. I ain't no fucking criminal.
Yeah.
Black woman in the business and shit.
And for you black ass bloggers.
She gonna say, that's when she go into her spiel and say, and yeah, for you black ass bloggers out here who talking about, we was talking to, she was on a nurse's phone. She gonna go into that whole spiel talking about that was another patient, which is just a complete lie. And this is the reason why Tokyo didn't erase all them damn calls that she had or either put them on private. Because she don't want anybody to listen, go back and listen to it anymore. But people had already recorded it. If you go back to the very first conversation that her and Jaguar had, she said, she ended up stopping and talking and telling Tokyo, oh yeah, by the way, the nurse up here who let me use her phone, her name Tony too. And this supposed nurse sitting up acting like a whole groupie. There's no other patient there that has their phone. If Jaguar can't have her phone, what in the hell make you think another patient can have their phone? That was the nurse's phone. There's only 2 phones she can use in there. She's either going to get to use the house phone there at the hospital, or she is using the nurse phone. Okay? And on this last conversation here where they were talking, she ended up saying that the person's phone, who she had used the first time, hadn't left. Okay? Hadn't left. But at the end of the conversation, she's like, I got to get up off here. I got to give Tony that phone back, want their phone back, or whatever. But you had already said that this person had left. That was the nurse, not another patient. So it just be a bunch of conflicting shit or whatever. And the people that pop up in Jaguar life playing like they friends and different things or whatever, they just putting on. They stunting and they fronting and they smile up in her face, and you know, they go along with the conversation and they joke and they play around and they trigger her. They say certain words and different things to trigger her and to speak in a certain way or act in a certain way or doing certain shit or whatever. And then there you go. Jag pop off in whatever type of way or whatever. But I just did this to say, I actually even said, you know what I'm saying, like I'm over it, because I know what is happening. I know what is going on, and a lot of other people don't. I said I wasn't going to speak about it anymore and just watch the shit play out or whatever. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, people need to know. So I'm like, I'm gonna make this like my final thing that I have to say to show to you all that this is all a part of a setup. The shit is being staged. Okay? The shit is being staged. It's all a part of a setup, okay? And the sad thing about it is they're using her husband. Her husband is a sellout, okay? They're using her husband to go along with setting her up and different things like that. But Gerald don't even know they gonna flip the script on him too. And I feel like that's going to happen right around the time that something really, really tragic pop off between Jaguar and Gerald. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave that like that. But they're gonna end up because that's what the powers that be do. Okay, the powers that be don't particularly like anybody. Love don't love nobody. They don't love nobody. But they use people to their advantage to get what they want. You understand? And that's what is happening. That's what's going on. Also, guys, another thing that people should be aware of, if those of these individuals who are in, okay, who are in these contracts, who have taken these oaths, who mix and mingle with the satanic powers that be, the elites, the government, the authority, the industry, things like that. There's a lot of different things that they stage and they set up or whatever. And you see this goes on with them a lot of times are humiliation rituals, okay? Some of what went on with Jaguar could be a total humiliation ritual, okay? This could have been ritualistic practices and to a higher level of something, or to obtain something more or something like that, because they do those things too, okay? Where they have to perform some type of ritual or some type, okay? And the whole thing be set up, okay, and be staged, okay? There's not much of anything, if anything, that goes on that the powers that be are not aware of, have control of, or manipulating in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion, okay? But I do feel like all of this is a precursor to something more very tragic going to happen, okay? But yeah. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to share that with you all. I know a lot of people, as particularly that last conversation that was had, I know a lot of people is, you know, whispering and different things about what could possibly be going on, and haven't heard anything else or what have you. I feel like Jaguar was particularly exploited in a particular way, and it was exposed at the same time, okay? And I feel like that was all a part of the setup, okay? But the interesting thing is that, you know, the powers that be, those in the shadows, those behind the scenes are literally controlling her fate at this moment right now of what's happening, okay? And this is something that people need to pay attention to, whether you like this person or not. Is very interesting, because all of which is being done without a person being charged with a particular crime, okay? If a person has not been charged with a crime, you understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I say crime is because there has to be probable cause in some way, shape, form, or fashion for most things on the surface to give these people legal right to do some things, okay? So Like, say for instance, if this person, if Jaguar was going to be charged with a crime or whatever, yet when they showed up, she was irate and manic, and you know, in some type of way, they would have taken her to be checked out at the hospital or, you know, psych facility or whatever. Once they got her stabilized or whatever, then she would have then been transported to the jail. Okay, this is how you would have known that she was being charged with a crime. Okay, but since that has not particularly happened, you are then now holding a person in a facility, technically against their will, but for you have to ask yourself for what particular reasons. Okay, because even there's still protocol that goes about things. Okay, even if a person tried to kill themselves right now, they can put you in the hospital, put you in a psych ward, but they can't indefinitely keep you. You understand what I'm saying? They can put you on a 5150 psych hold, okay? Hold you there for say 3 days, say to 72 hours or whatever. But at some point in time, they have to let you go. Okay? If somebody had, you know, if this is just a behavioral situation or whatever. So basically, I'm saying all of that because there's somebody else. There's somebody else who is keeping Jaguar where she's at. On that first video, she particularly mentioned her husband, okay? But I feel like it's even more than him, okay? I definitely feel like he's playing a part. He's playing his role. He's playing his part and such or whatever. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of things that's being manipulated. I feel like he's being manipulated in control because, like I said, he's going along with the setup as well. But there's other persons who are in the shadows, okay, who's running, ruling, controlling things or whatever. And of course, this is being done, okay. On the surface, when she was first taken in there and held, she was there, what, 4 days, 5 days or whatever. You could say that was done because of her romantic, erratic, irrational behavior that took place, you know, on the scene there, okay, with the altercation that they had, okay. Her being there any longer after that, she is now being held against her will by the orders of somebody else. Like, somebody else is keeping her there, okay. So you know, and this could come from any persons, okay, that is keeping her there at this point now. So what I'm saying is she's not there. She's not continuously there of what the situation that happened that got her there in the first place. The situation that happened between her and her husband that popped off at the barbershop is why she initially, and then her being very erratic and, you know, all this other kind of stuff, when the police showed up, is how she initially ended up being there. She is not still there because of that, because they would have had to let her go. What I'm saying is her still being there for whatever disclosed amount of time is because somebody else, another source, another force, somebody else is keeping her there. She is no longer being held solely off the situation that happened that day that the main altercation popped off. And this is what people should pay attention the most to, okay? Because now this is tinkering, trampling on a person's said rights, okay? Because if this person is not suicidal, this person is not homicidal, if they're not a threat to themselves, if they're not a threat to anyone else, okay? If you have given this person a said diagnosis and you have given this person a prescription for medication, you technically have to let them go. Y'all don't understand how much it costs for somebody to stay in the hotel or a hospital, no matter what part of the hospital. It is very expensive for a person for them to hold a bed specifically for someone at a facility, at a hospital, okay, for an undisclosed amount of time, okay. That is being paid for by other sources as well, okay. And so what I'm telling you all, with this, her still being there, it's no longer about the situation that happened on the day that initially got her there. There's other shit that is going on. Yeah, there's other shit that is going on. Somebody else is coming together to keep her there. Okay, this could be the husband. This could be her family. This could be other persons in power. Okay, that's now purposely keeping her there for no particular reason. Okay. Yeah, and there's a group of individuals who have collaborated together for the purposes of money. Somebody is getting paid. Somebody is getting paid to keep her confined, to keep her locked up the way she is. Yeah, betrayal. Ten of Swords sits in behind that. Betrayal. Okay. 7 of Cups, 5 of Coins, High Priestess, 9 of Coins here. Okay. Somebody has several different options as to what they wanted to choose to do to her, or several different choices to make as to how they wanted to do something. Okay. But there were definitely several different things done. Okay. Somebody is being neglected, abandoned, left out in the cold. Okay. Because of secret knowledge, secret information. The High Priestess could talk about a person being a High Priestess, knowing secret knowledge, knowing secret information. Okay. Knowing secret hidden thing. This is the reason why Jaguar is still locked up. Because of the secret hidden shit that she knows that they want her to stop talking about. It also speaks to authorities, to elites. This also speaks to higher power who are secretly know the truth as to why they are keeping her confined here, okay? And persons that's going along with this setup, they are being paid. They are being paid with the 9 of Coins here. Somebody is being paid to go along with this setup, to go along with keeping this secret, to keeping this person confined. But in the terms of law right now you're invading and violating a person's human rights. At this point, you are invading because she is no longer there because of her erratic behavior. That what initially got her there is no longer why she's still there. This woman's been locked up now for 5 days. You understand what I'm saying? She was being held. When you get held like that, it's for evaluation. It's for analysis. It's for a determination of your condition, to levelize you on medication. It's not to indefinitely lock you up somewhere, especially when you have not been charged with a crime. You can't commit someone and deem them as criminally insane and confine them for all of eternity without probable cause to do so. She is no longer being confined based off of what happened on the day that she got locked up. Yeah. There's a whole group of individuals who are in collaboration with one another for the purposes of money. There's 3 or more people who are making money off of what is going on. Spirit is saying that this is ultimate betrayal. People that she thinks she's friends with, that she thinks she's cool with, that she thinks got her back, they have ultimate betrayed her. They have stabbed her in the back here. And they was they was given the motivation and determination to do so. Why? Because they was paid. Somebody offered them money. Somebody offered them money and they took action. And they moved forward. They swiftly moved forward with setting this whole thing up. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Yeah. See, this money here is what has given them the motivation. Them getting this money here, them keeping this secrets, and secretly getting paid here. This is why everybody, this was set up, bro. This was set up. Yeah. This was set up, okay? Somebody, it could even be, somebody made a decision about something, to move forward with something and doing something. Yeah. Yeah, what I tell you? What I tell you? Her family, this is crazy. Her family is who's keeping her confined right now. But the family is being paid off by persons in power, persons in authority that's telling them to go along with this. Somebody in authority, in power, is paying her family off to go along with keeping her confined and locked up right now. That's what's happening. I'm telling y'all, Jaguar is not still being locked up for the reasons that she got there. That shit that went on, that popped off up there at that barbershop, she's not being held there continuously for that. She was already held for analysis, for a treatment plan, for evaluation. That happens within 72 hours. She's already been there. What, 5 days? Well, you might as well say a week now. Going on a week. Okay? The family, they the one that's got the motivation and determined. Look at this. They the one motivated to do this. This is how I know her husband is in on it. He's a lying, backstabbing bastard. He's in on it. They triggered this girl. Look at them two tens. What 10 stands for? Endings, completions. Betrayal. 10 of Cups, family. Sitting here next to the 3 of Coins. Didn't I tell you? The 3 of Coins talks about collaborations. It talks about contracts. It talks about multiple people coming together for the purposes of money to do something. To what? To betray somebody. And they was motivated to do so. The family was motivated to do so. Why? Because they're getting paid. Somebody's paying them to do this. Because somebody higher up wanted Jaguar to shut up. And y'all know who she's been speaking about the most lately. Very hostilely. Very vigorously. Yeah. It seems like, it seems like when she started talking about Big L and the murder of Big L and speaking on specific people, exactly, then this shit here popped off, huh? I'm just saying. There's people that's in on this setup, though. But this is nothing but the tip of the iceberg, because Jaguar Wright is a target, and she is being set up to be sacrificed at a later time. I don't wish that for that woman. I'm not saying that because I'm in dislike of this person. My personal viewpoints on any of these people is irrelevant. I'm just telling you all the blatant truth of the matter. So I'm not saying this like, oh, you know, like coming off as some hateful person that's in dislike of somebody, like just talking about you or something. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm telling you matter-of-factly what I know. And I said I was not going to speak on this anymore, but my spirit guides have literally led me to speaking to you all about this. Because this is like, I feel like this is being done in purpose, but I also feel like Spirit is allowing this to play out the way it is for me to show people in real time how this shit goes. You know, because a lot of times, you know how a lot of times when people are going through something and a person telling you X, Y, and Z is happening to them, and people may believe you, they may not, people question you and different things like that. But when you can show people in real time something that's happening and going down, and you can break it down bit by bit by bit, and matter-of-factly show, look at this. Listen to this. Do you see that? tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you. For those of you who know anything about the law, okay? And this is one thing I say, that's the reason why I always say there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do anything. For those of you who run around here like you bad asses, you better know the law. Okay? And this, when it gets to a certain point, this is how I know. See, I can show you all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Fuckery type of stuff that is going on. Shit that's strategically being set up and planned and plotted in different things. But at certain points, then I can blatantly show you where a person's human rights have been revoked and stripped from them for no probable cause or reasonings at all. And that, a lot of time, is what happens. And by that time, nobody is paying attention. And that's what your government banks on. Depends on. Either you not caring or you're not paying attention to care about what is happening. Y'all need to understand, according to law, Jaguar being arrested and taken that day, they had probable cause to do so. Because the way that they triggered her and had her acting and behaving. After 72 hours, they no longer had probable cause to hold her. You know why? She said herself, she did not even refuse her diagnosis. She did not even refuse medication. She said she was taking the medication. She's doing what they asked her to do. Okay? Now, she still may be speaking in a way that people may not want her to speak. But if you think about it, this is the way that Jaguar has always spake. What do you want her to do? Be foaming at the mouth, drooling, walking around like a zombie, unable to speak, for you to think that she is different? If you think about it, the things that she's saying right now, she has always talked like that. She may not be saying what the fuck you like because you lie but don't like her anyway. But if you just listen to her lingo and what she got to say, she's always talked like that. But she's talking more calmer now than you seeing her the way she was and how she was speaking on the day that the entire situation went down. This means that while she has been there has been something that has been going on that has at least calmed her to the point where she can hold a conversation without screaming to the top of her lungs or raising her voice. She is taking the medication. This means that she is not refusing her programming or refusing the program. You understand what I'm saying? After 72 hours, you no longer had a legal right to hold her. Now you have stripped a person of their human rights. You have stripped a person of their free will. Okay? Because you also have to remember, she has not been charged with a crime. It'd be different if you have charged her with a crime. Because then you can say, oh no, we're not letting you go. Because, you know what I'm saying? You might dislike the fact that Jaguar was cussing and screaming and hollering and fighting and arguing or whatever. What you cannot do is say that she pulled a weapon on anybody. Did you see a weapon? Did she shoot anybody? Did she kill anybody? Or anything. Think in the terms of crimes committed. When she left there, she wasn't charged with a crime. This person, now look at the situation at hand. This is why you got this 5 here. This woman has now been locked up for 5 days. You know what the 5 of coins talks about? A person in lack. A lack of finances, money, resources. But it also talks about a person who is without. A person who has been neglected. A person who has been abandoned. A person who has been left out in the cold. Why? Because of secret hidden shit going on behind the scene. Why? Because this person is in high priestess energy and no secret information and no secret knowledge and has been speaking it, okay? Thus is the reason that look like up to 9 people have been paid off to go along with this setup. And this is the reason why they took action and they moved forward against this person. Because like I told you, multiple persons collaborated, teamed up together. They took the bribe, they took the deal to set Jaguar up. Jaguar is not, and this is because this is betrayal. She's been stabbed in the back by everybody, including Solar, and she don't even know it, including Shaka, and she don't even realize it, including Turkey, and she don't even realize it, including all these other people, including her husband, and she don't even realize it, including all these people that's supposed to be friends, supposed to love her, and family. All these, she's been betrayed. This is 10 swords in this person's back. Who had the motivation and determination to do this? Family. Or either a large number of people, a lot of people wanted this done. Jaguar Wright is not being held because of the situation that initially happened. She is still being held because family has been paid off. Her husband was paid to say she was demonically possessed, to say something's wrong with her, to say she's mentally ill, to say she's unfit, to say she's dangerous, to say she needs to be held. We don't want her to come home yet. Family as well is saying this. But these people are being paid off by the powers that be. This is the reason why. Spirit say that's the truth. I ain't lying to y'all, bro. This is the reason why she's still being locked up. The Eight of Swords talks about somebody who is stuck, restricted, unable to move. Somebody imprisoned in some type of way. They're locked in some type of way. Why? Look, Ace of Swords. Eight of Swords with the Ace of Swords. I ain't lying to you. I swear for the Lord. I ain't lying to you. Spirit say this is true. This is clarity. This is the reason why this person is being kept locked up. This is the reason why that this person is dealing with all these burdens and these hardships and these problematic situations here. You see this thing here full of money? People are getting paid to put these burdens and these hardships and these problematic situations on him. This stress, this depression, to keep her bound, to keep her locked down, to keep her tied down. And look at this. Look at this. Why are they doing this? For money. Look at the Three of Cups here. The Three of Cups talks about third-party situations. The Three of Cups talks about a group of individuals collaborating together, just like the Three of Coins here. For this money, baby. For this money. And this is the reason why they foolishly took a leap of faith and did this. Why? Because they was juggling. They was struggling any damn way, bruh. It's a setup. It's a setup from high up. And she was set up to shut her up. Just like that. I ain't gotta lie to you. I thank y'all for listening. I thank y'all for watching. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at shinebrightlikeadiamond36 with the underscore between each word. For those of you who enjoyed this content, who like my channel, like the readings or the videos, please show your support by donating to my channel. You can do so through CASHAPP, which is $tiffdiamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamond. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. This is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that is lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep. Watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.